the granite. The clock is bleeding its sand on the floor. She ties her laces with a vine of ivy and bolts the lock on the heavy iron door. The fog is a curtain of moth-eaten velvet that hides the jagged teeth of the lane. She feels the suction of the hollow belly calling her name through the cracks in the pane. Milky and sightless, watching the sprint of her pulse in her neck. Her boots leave a map of a desperate famine across the frost of a shipwrecked deck. There is no shadow because light is surrendered, only the vacuum that pulls at her heels. A rhythmic spasm of cold machinery grinding the earth like rusted steel wheels. The scythe is swinging but hitting the gravel. The finish line moves with every stride. The stitches of mercy begin to unravel, with nowhere to linger and nowhere to hide. She is the spark in the throat of the darkness, the ghost in the engine, the slip in the gear, running on breath that is borrowed from winter, 1 second ahead of the silence of fear. Under the roots where the worms act as judges, she hears the soil inviting her home, but her lungs are 2 lanterns of kerosene fire, burning the marrow inside of the bone. The trees are long fingers that reach for her tresses to braid them with cobwebs and heavy gray sound. She dodges the grab of the skeletal branches, leaving the fabric of her presence to The horizon is narrowing down to a needle, a silver puncture in the fabric of night. The horseman is galloping on hooves made of water. The hounds are licking the salt from the granite. The clock is bleeding its sand on the floor. She ties her laces with a vine of ivy and bolts the lock on the heavy iron door. The fog is a curtain of moth-eaten velvet that hides the jagged teeth of the lane. She feels the suction of the hollow belly calling her name through the cracks in the pane. The moon is a cataract, milky and silent. desperate famine across the frost of a shipwrecked deck. There is no shadow because light has surrendered, only the vacuum that pulls at her heels. A rhythmic spasm of cold machinery grinding the earth like rusted steel wheels. The scythe is swinging but hitting the gravel. The finish line moves with every stride. The stitches of mercy begin to unravel, with nowhere to linger and nowhere to hide. She is the spark in the throat of the darkness, the ghost in the engine, the slip in the gear, running on breath that is borrowed from winter, 1 second ahead of the silence of fear. Under the roots where the worms act as judges, she hears the soil inviting her home. But her lungs are 2 lanterns of kerosene fire, burning the marrow inside of the bone. The trees are long fingers that reach for her tresses to braid them with cobwebs and heavy gray silk. She dodges the grab of the skeletal branches, leaving the fabric of her presence to wilt. The horizon is narrowing down to a needle, a silver puncture in the fabric of night. The horseman is galloping on hooves made of water.